Hello and welcome to Love Island the morning after, the only official Love Island podcast.
We're starting off the week on a high because this week we are joined by the wonderful comedian Kae Kurd.
Hey! Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm notoriously a slow burner.
Yes. Well, you're part of the furniture and you're a part of the Love Island family. Like, You're just embedded in us now.
Not literally. I don't share beds with you two, but unfortunately for me, but yeah.
Well, you will be on this podcast for the whole week.
I can't wait.
So, are you ready to be an antagonistic little brother or an advice-giving big sister?
I'm going to be a little bit of both. I've made everybody coffees. I'm ready.
Hey.
I'm just going to be real with my opinions.
That's literally all we ask.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying the series?
Yeah, it's been great. There's been a lot of drama and it's fun to see some familiar faces.
Takes out that whole first week of having to get to know people.
Yeah.
It's great for lazy people like myself.
Yeah, like what are their names? Who's that? You know exactly what you're getting on the tin. I love it.
Exactly.
Right, so we're going to kick off first with Elma and Harriet.
I don't want to apologise. I know, obviously, it's nothing, obviously, that I've done, because I think I have been respectful.
I would never have an issue with you because what have you done? He's your villain from
Yeah,
the past, you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It's more so I felt disrespected by Ronnie.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's just the bottom line
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I just wanted to apologise because obviously I know it's
Please
not
don't
ideal.
apologise.
Okay.
So we saw in last night's episode that Harriet actually went up to Elma and apologised. Do we think that she needed to do this?
Look, maybe I'm coming at it from a man's point of view, but I'm just like, it's not my fault I'm hot in it. Like, if somebody likes me, it's not my fault. Like, why is she apologising? I didn't see the need for it.
The first night when Harriet came in, the only thing that she probably should apologise for was potentially when Elma said, like, is there unfinished business? And she sort of shrugged it off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Elma, she had deep feelings for Ronnie. They said it's only been 2 weeks, but everyone knows in Love Island, 2 weeks is like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt quite bad for Elma because she was really taking the time to build this relationship with Ronnie. Harriet's come in and it's finished in literally the space of the 30-second walk from the door to when she kissed Ronnie.
But are we
That's it.
surprised, though? I've never looked at Ronnie Vint and gone, do you know what? That is a faithful man there, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, he plays triangles more than a primary school child. Do you know what I mean? So, like,
Ding, ding,
you've
ding.
got to be prepared for that sort of stuff, especially if somebody's ex is coming in and then suddenly he's found a Shakespeare anthology and he's started, like, reeling off how he feels for Harriet.
Gosh, I think the hardest thing for Elma is nobody expects their ex to come back in the villa. So it's like,
I mean, it's
know,
Love
I
Island
mean,
All
All
Stars.
Stars.
all stars, but like, I think there was a time where she was like, God, I just hope it doesn't happen, you know?
Yeah.
And it did.
I mean, in a normal series of Love Island, it's slightly more unexpected,
Yes.
but not totally unexpected. But in this, no, like
Yeah.
you
You
have to
expect it.
Yeah,
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah, I
Expect
almost
the
think,
exes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I almost think you have to go, oh my God, one of my exes will be in there and just be prepared for it. Just hope, you know, it wasn't one that you left things on a bad note with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of bad notes, Elma did say to Ronnie, look, I would wish you well, but she just doesn't.
But I don't.
I would say I wish you well, but I don't.
No.
And yeah, that's basically it.
No, I completely get that. And I just want to obviously say I apologise. I think you're a proper good girl and I'm sorry.
I know I'm a blunder.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all that's really needed to be said.
Oh, fair
Sweet
enough.
dreams on the daybed tonight, yeah?
That is what we all want to say when we split up with someone.
I thought like she was coming off a little bit like harsh on there.
Oh,
like,
she needed to be. I think she
I'm going to
handled
lead it.
perfectly.
No, sit down. I'm going to lead it. Yeah, there's nothing much to say. All right, I would wish you well, but I don't. Bye.
That was her using her last like shred of not dignity. She's still got a lot of dignity, but I think Ronnie is going to go off with Harriet. Like she has lost. That was her last moment of being like, I'm leading this because from now on, Ronnie's
I
leading
understand that
it. Yeah.
if you're on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're never going to see somebody again, blocker, deleted, out of here, whatever. But they're literally opposite you in the bedroom every night, right? So you'd rather be civil. You're going to have to share a house with somebody. So I think you should be a bit more civil about it and be a bit more mature and go, do you know what? Fair enough. It never worked out. You do your thing, but this is never going to happen and don't treat somebody like this ever again.
I mean, to be fair, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think Ronnie has been the most respectful and I don't think he really cares about being cordial because the way he's been speaking to Harriet within Elma's face, Elma knows everything about it. I don't think she really owes him anything.
She
Guarantee
doesn't want
you-
to be friends with him.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, in about 3 episodes in, we're going to get them two going, can we just like patch things up? And then they'll have a hug and then a
No,
cuddle.
they'll hug it out. They'll probably be cordial in about 3 days,
exactly,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
So I just think, don't try and go, right, no, nothing's going to happen again. And then...
I guess last night was a little bit like frosty still for both of them.
Yeah.
And I still think like, you know, Ronnie's still going around saying to Harriet, look, I really want to be your boyfriend. I really want this to work out.
It's always been you, innit? It's always been you.
Yeah, I think she's just had enough of hearing everything about them, to be fair.
We did see Elma crying though, and she is going to
that's
find it really hard to see Ronnie and Harriet getting together. What advice would you give her? Because obviously the advice that I give her is quite final and quite just go home. Because it's not nice to see someone that you've liked in the villa get with someone else. So my way of dealing with it was to leave.
Do you want my mature answer or my immature answer?
Both.
Best way of getting over someone is...
Get under someone.
Nas, where are you?
Please welcome. He's here tonight. Nas.
Yeah, no, that's my immature answer. My mature answer would be take every day as it comes.
Yeah.
Dress up nicely. Put your best outfit on. Get dressed up for yourself.
Yeah.
Look $1 million.
Just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Work out in front of the lads. Do you know what I mean? Do a couple of squats in front of one of the ones that isn't really doing well in their couple.
I agree.
And just show Ronnie what he could have had.
Yeah, and also she didn't come in there solely for Ronnie. She came in there by herself, so she needs to complete this Love Island journey by herself and do what she came in here to do, which is find love.
She's like, I'm blinded. Like, take that energy that you had in that chat, put it into like turning some heads. Act like a bombshell.
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to be tough for the first few days, but she will get over it.
Because I think a lot of people will say, if I've known him 2 weeks, but it's very hard to switch those feelings off. Sharing a bed with someone, spending all that time with someone, to then see them get with someone in the same vicinity. It's literally like you've got a front row seat to what you could have had.
Challenges. He's kissing Harriet.
It is. That's what it is. You're a front row seat to what you could have had. So it will be really, really hard for her. But hopefully she can meet someone else.
Yes. We hope so. We hope so.
True. Who do you fancy the most in the villa?
Elma.
Really? That's cute.
You've had so many ups and downs. You've handled it like a queen.
You're really cute.
As we mentioned before, Nas did actually say that he fancies Elma the most. I don't feel like she was overly like, oh my God. She was just like, thank you.
She's still healing.
Appreciate you, Nas. Yeah. Lovely. Thanks for that comment.
But do we think Nas and Elma could be a couple?
I can't see it.
I'm not sure about the romantic side yet, but they could end up being really good friends, and Nas has made it clear already that he is there to support Elma. So who knows?
She's from Essex. He's from Southwest London. You know my theory on geography and love. I feel like they'd both have to move to Bromley, because that's in the middle, and then they're going to end up seeing Ronnie every day.
They'd be at the gym with Harriet and Ronnie, having a cross-trainer off. Who can go fastest? Talking of Ronnie, the man himself, like you said, he's found a Shakespeare anthology. He is super serious. He's a man in love, allegedly. We're not sure yet.
Yeah. No, I do have love for her. That's what he said.
You actually sounded like it.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I think as men, once you know, you know.
Do you really?
I do think you do. But obviously it is Love Island, right? So
it's in the title.
There is things at stake, right? But I do think that the fact that he sent her flowers in December is a massive giveaway.
Let's talk about this. We didn't get to talk about this on Saturday morning because we had Olivia and Marcel and stuff.
There's
It's a
so
full
much
house. So
gossip.
let's talk about Matilda of last series fame,
Yes.
friends with Harriet. She posted on her Snapchat story the picture of the flowers that Ronnie sent Harriet at Christmas, and it said, "Happy Christmas. Hopefully next year we'll be together. Love, RV."
Yeah.
Well, listen, that says it all, doesn't it?
He was caught red-handed.
That says it all. Like, here's what's happened. He's thought, I'll go into the South African sunshine.
Yeah.
Right? I'll take my mind off things, right? Maybe I'll find somebody else because Harriet doesn't want me. I've sent the flowers. I've put in the hard graft. She's saying no. Texts are going through, blue ticks and stuff, being read, not getting any replies. He's gone into the South African sun and thought, I'm going to forget about her. Got with Elma. Hasn't worked out. She's come in and his head has gone, bruv. He went red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Red as the roses.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. When he was lipsing her, like, the way he knew is because he was like, oh my gosh, like this sense of euphoria came over him and he was just like, I know these lips.
Yeah, he said he remembered her scent.
Yeah.
I think he's genuine. I think when he said, it's always been you. I mean, that was a bit much because it's like you only met her 6 months ago, but like...
It's always been you since the summer.
Yeah.
Since me and Tiffany went on that sleepover, it's always been you.
Exactly.
Do you think this is just a case of maybe like distance makes the heart grow stronger or whatever it is?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All of that jazz.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why it takes them to get back into the Love Island villa for him to realise that actually, no, it was Harriet.
There's nobody else there. She can't get away.
So do you think that his feelings are genuine?
I do think
do,
it,
yeah.
Yeah. I think the flowers proves it. December wasn't a long time
It was
ago.
literally a couple of weeks ago. And he said, hopefully next year we'll be together. I mean, he says a lot of
He's
things.
very intense right now.
Well, I mean, he's right. It is technically it's the next year. They're in there.
Together.
Yeah.
Tick.
Come on, man. Like, he predicted the future.
And of course, we'd like to thank Matilda for sharing the receipts.
Yes.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you, Matilda.
January Blues, don't know her. All I'm seeing is neon as we're finally back for another series of All-Stars full of lust, love and pre-loved fits. This week, our Islanders mixed business with pleasure at eBay's Blazer Squad party. And it wasn't just Casey and Luca's heads turning for Gabby. I was living for the sexy siren spin she added by layering a stunning pinstripe blazer from And Other Stories with a gorgeous Versace dress previously worn by Indiyah and Lana. Such a nice touch. I was also really feeling Casey's silky Prada shirt. Paired with those relaxed fit trousers, it was giving off-duty in the best way, perfect for a pre-love party or any night out. What can we say? Another day, another sleigh in the villa. Have you got a party or an important celebration coming up? Discover your next look on eBay, sponsors of Love Island All-Stars.
So we had a situation that also ended in the villa last night, and that was between Harriet and Ron.
Can we talk?
No.
Why are you being weird?
I know.
So word got around and Grace did a little bit of Chinese whispers and actually told Harriet that Ron isn't into her. Do you feel like Grace should have gotten involved? Obviously, we saw her pull Harriet away and be like, look, this is really what happened. Ron said that he's not into you. Do we feel like that was her place to say anything?
I think she did it from a place of she loves Harriet.
Yeah.
She loves Ronnie.
I agree.
And Harriet said, I wanted to give it a go with someone else because I owe it to myself. You don't want to see your friend wasting their time trying to graft someone who doesn't fancy them.
Yeah.
And also, she wants her friends back together. It's going to make her life a lot easier.
Yeah.
You don't want someone like being a bit beggy. But also, I think once they'd had that little awkward encounter, when it was all getting mentioned, she had to go over.
Yeah,
and, like,
absolutely.
I felt awkward watching it.
It was
I
very
like,
awkward.
Either don't say anything at all, or if you're going to do, at least come up with a lie or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just go, no, nothing's been said. They're just there like looking at her.
They
and,
made it very
And,
obvious.
well, she's like, why are you being weird? And they're like, no, we're not. It's just like, yes, you are. Look at you. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Like, it makes her life easier when her friends are talking, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
You don't want to be there like in between two people that hate each other.
Yeah, no one wants to see their friend getting taken for a fool.
She has to divide up her time between Harriet and Ronnie at the moment. She's like, can you just sit together so I can just talk to you at the same time?
What is it with Harriet and her attractions to Rons?
The R's.
Yeah,
don't know.
It's just, I feel like if we bring in another Ronald, she's going to lose her mind.
I don't think she really liked Ron that much anyways.
We keep saying about Ron and Elma together potentially.
I'm not sure yet, no.
She's got to get with someone, otherwise she'll be on that
The
first
only
flight
thing
home.
with Ron and Elma, I did think it could work out, but again, it's that whole feeling like second best and no one really wants that.
They haven't got any other choices at the moment.
Ron does like
I
Elma
feel
though.
like, I feel like Elma needs a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like she needs a geezer that's sort of like, probably someone with a trade, right? Do you know what I mean? That comes in, goes, yeah, I like you, you like me, 3 kids, let's have it.
Now, Scott and Tina may have come to the end of the road. We don't know yet. But what happened last night was nothing short of horrendous. It was horrible.
I don't know where I'm at, man. Like, I'm
Oh, God.
Nah, I don't know. Something's like stressing me out a little bit. This girl is actually so good for me. Yet I'm now saying something missing.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I think definitely keep that to yourself, though.
Right, we make a pact and don't say anything to our girls.
Yeah, don't say anything to the girls, because if that gets back to Tina, that needs to come from me.
Obviously, Scott confided in quite a large group of friends. I feel like that was his first mistake.
Yeah.
Was confiding in so many people that he wasn't sure about
He
if
did make
Tina
a pact with them not to
was-
tell the
he
girls.
did.
It's common like bro code, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you don't go and repeat it. Like you just don't, especially something so like serious.
I think in a previous life, Luca was a carrier pigeon. And he just liked sending messages across to different places. And he needed to get that out.
Personally, I feel like it was a little unkind for Luca to go and break
Very.
bro code in that way.
Yeah.
I think especially because it was such a serious topic. It was about Tina and Scott did make it very clear that, look, if I'm going to say this, if Tina's to know that I want to slow it down or I'm a bit confused, that is to come from me. And I think he was well within his rights to feel that way. And Luca, I feel like he got a sense of insecurity.
Kiss the girl you fancy other than your partner. Grace is having a good night, isn't she? Tina, he enjoyed that too much.
He started getting his back up because I think he started thinking about Scott potentially liking Grace. And then he just said, you know what? I'm going to let it all spill.
True.
Has anyone got a treat for Gracie?
I'm not going there.
Go there. What do you mean that you won't go there?
You can't say I'm not going there and then not say it.
What? I've not got anything. He's my boy. I'm not going to treat you as missus.
Don't say it like you've got something and then don't do it.
You stupid, bro.
You saw what happened last time.
You silly, bro. I'm trying to be respectful to you.
Finished. Stop it, your friends. Stop it.
I personally think he liked Tina, didn't he? And then Tina picked Scott. Then Grace has come in and Scott's now said, if I wasn't with Tina, I would fancy Grace.
Yeah.
So he's a bit like, well, you've taken one girl off me and now you're saying that you fancy the girl that I'm with. So I feel like he then got insecure about it, as you said, and he lashed out.
Kiss someone on the cheek that is in here for fame.
Why? Go on, what's the reasoning?
I think he got to know a few people before the island, and I think he wants to get far in here.
Wow, this guy,
And that's
man.
why you're with Tina.
Are you joking? What?
Wow.
I'm not feeling it.
Who even are you, bro?
What do you mean I'm saying it?
But Tina was then the collateral damage of that, and she didn't deserve that, to be embarrassed in front of everyone, basically being told this guy that she really likes, that she's been snogging today, doesn't fancy her anymore. And like,
I think he sort of alluded to it though.
Yeah, he was building it up.
Yeah, do you remember when he was like, I just don't want you to get hurt? Like, if everything's going well, what do you mean?
No, but I don't think Scott knew that Luca would do something like that.
No. He didn't know he was going to do that, but he was gearing up to tell her that he's not
Maybe
feeling
not
it
feeling or
like
confused.
that. It's like when you have a sickie at work. You start a cough on Monday, and then by Friday you're ringing in sick. It felt a bit like that, where it's like, oh, I just don't want you to get hurt, bro. And I think he was gearing up for like tomorrow or the day after to be like, yeah.
But
look,
to be fair, he hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, he hadn't.
he chose chaos.
Yeah, you're right. He did choose chaos, but it didn't hit the right person.
Yeah.
Did chaos towards Scott, and it's Tina that's come off the worst out of all of them, which isn't fair.
No, but all poor Tina wants is an apology. She wanted it from Casey, and she wants it from Scott now.
Do you think she'll get an apology from Luca? You know him the best.
I feel like she probably will. Like, I feel like he'll probably start to feel bad about this, but not being funny, I think this is Luca.
Yeah, Luca
Like,
needs to
this is
stop being
Luca.
bishy.
Do we
a good one.
think Luca's come in this time? He got a bit of stick last time he was in there for maybe the way that he behaved. Do we think potentially he's come in this time with all his Instagram quotes, he's comforting Catherine, he's getting vulnerable, he's having a little cry?
Maybe he did come in here this season to change, try things and do things a little bit differently. But what is that quote? 'Cause I always get mine wrong. A tiger never changes its
leopard.
A tiger's got stripes.
Leopard never changes its spots.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So I just feel like once you're like built some way, like that's always going to be in you. It's always going to be in Luca to go below the belt and to throw somebody under the bus and just cause a bit of chaos.
I think deep down he just wants to be the funny guy.
And the thing you say about like jokes, I feel like when he said to Maya, oh, you haven't brought enough girls in for me, he could say, I was joking. You'd be like, oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah, but he
But
didn't.
to say, yeah, you don't even like her anymore, that in no way could be a joke.
No. Okay, so we also have new couple in the building, Kaz and Montel.
Yes.
Cuties.
Kaz made it very clear and she was saying that her Love Island journey starts now. And she did, mention on her new little dress.
This outfit, right now, just like a above a 9.
Which in my eyes is a 10.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. But
Like-
footballers only probably see single digits. He was probably thinking about it in like the position she plays.
Oh, okay.
Number 9 up front.
We'll take your word for that.
She did look gorgeous last night though.
She did, and she said that she likes dressing for herself, but she's enjoying having someone to dress up for.
Why would you say that?
I personally wouldn't say that out loud.
Keep it on the low. Just be like, no, I just like this all the time. What? You're not special. What?
Yeah.
Me, I'm looking like fire every day, B.
But I don't think that's Kaz. I think Kaz is very much out there and she says exactly how she feels. And I feel like she's not afraid to like tell someone if she's interested or to tell them, be like, hey, look, I'm wearing this dress because I know you like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But each to their own.
But we don't dress up for ourselves, though. Come on, man.
Don't we?
Would you rather a guy said your outfit was nice, or if like a really fashionable girl came up to you in the toilets of the club and was like, I love your outfit?
Sorry, imagine Rihanna coming up to you and saying that she likes your outfit over some random guy.
Yeah.
Hello? Who are you thinking?
But I feel like that way about like the gym. So if girls are like, oh, you're looking quite, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if a guy goes, yeah, what, you mean
Like
in
a
gym?
big-
I'm
a big, like,
I'm like,
macho
yeah. Come on, my guy, thank you, appreciate that.
I listened to a podcast and it's this girl and she's just broken up with her boyfriend of 10 years recently. And she said that the vibe for this year is to like go out and buy like the silky slip nighties that like Ekin-Su wears.
Okay.
Just to buy them and just wear them around the house just because.
I might try that.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, nice little silk number.
Yeah, it's good for the skin,
I've got great legs. I know Mr. Potts that you had on last week. somebody who's got great. I could rival him.
Yeah, you've got trousers on today,
Yeah,
haven't
I know.
you? We're just not used to it.
Yeah,
we're just not used to it. We need to see your calves.
Yeah, maybe if I come back in the summer, I'll show you.
Yeah,
right? But right
that'd be
now,
good.
Yeah.
Well, Kate, I'm glad you're with us tomorrow because I think tonight is going to get even more heated in that villa.
Can't wait.
Remember to put your opinions in the comments and ask us any questions you want us to put to the Islanders.
And we'll be back tomorrow morning on YouTube, your favourite podcast provider app, and ITVX. See you then.
Bye.